we have received thousands and thousands and thousands of questions on the topic of skincare. Today, Dr. Shereene Idriss, one of the most trusted board-certified dermatologists in the world, is here with the science, 3 specific steps, and the no BS truth on what works and what doesn't.
Skin is not just vanity. It's not just cosmetic. It's not just superficial. Once you start to shift that perspective, you realize, holy cow, this is my biggest organ, and yet I put it through the ringer.
What do we do about these sagging jowls?
It's not a skincare failure. Your structural bone changes.
Now let's talk about the things that you should skip because they are a waste of money.
There are moments when it can be useful, but this is not something I recommend every day.
Uh-oh.
Makeup remover
She's coming after
wipes.
the makeup wipes, everybody.
I prefaced it.
Not every day.
Not most days.
Let's talk about injectables. Who are they for?
The goal of Botox is not to freeze you in perpetuity. And side note, that's why I think I personally have an issue with the preventative Botox aspects of life, because what are we preventing? Your confidence is not going to come from changing your skin first. It's going to come by changing your relationship to your skin first. Your skin is not a problem to solve. It is a relationship to build.
Hey, it's Mel. And before we get into this episode, my team was showing me 57% of you who watch the Mel Robbins podcast here on YouTube are not subscribed yet. Could you do me a quick favor? Just hit subscribe so that you don't miss any of the episodes that we post here on YouTube. It lets me know you're enjoying the guests and the content that we're bringing you because I want to make sure you don't miss a thing. And I'm so glad you're here for this episode because this is a really good one. All right, let's dive in. Dr. Shereene Idriss, welcome to the Mel Robbins podcast.
I cannot believe I'm here, but thank you so much for having me.
Well, I'm really glad you're here. And there's 2 things I want to say before we jump in. Number one, as you're listening or watching on YouTube, I just want to tell you, you have picked a winner. And I can already tell because you have about 40 pages of notes in front of you. I know that we are in for something that is going to be world-class. So thank you for really showing up in a way for me and for the person who's spending time with us today to make an impact. Second thing is when I posted on social all about the fact that you were coming, just ask people for their questions. I don't know that we've ever gotten more questions on a topic. And so we are going to go deep. I'm so excited. Where I want to start, Dr. Idriss, is what is going to change about my life if I take everything to heart that you are about to teach us and I apply it?
The biggest thing that's going to change when you take to heart everything we're going to talk about here today is not just the knowledge in your skin or gaining a little bit more confidence in taking care of your skin, but the emotional impact it's going to have on your overall confidence moving forward. Because aging, 20% of it is genetics. If it was all purely genetics, habits wouldn't matter. And so 80% of how we age and show up in the world has to do with habits. And so if we can create the system so we can show up for ourselves every single day, but also have the confidence in our knowledge too, we can transform from an inside out perspective and really blossom into the butterflies that we are.
You said that only 20% is determined by genetics. So I've never heard anybody say that.
Yeah. So 80% has to do with cumulative sun exposure. Are we living a rock star lifestyle? Are we consuming alcohol to no end? Are we not focusing on the overall aspect of our lifestyle and diet? Are we actually washing our faces? Are we using the things? And that, I think, is a reflection of everything else. When all of it comes together, your skincare is that reflection of how you view yourself and how you take care of yourself overall. So to be able to put a little bit of emphasis, a little change every single day will amount to bigger changes in the long run. And I think the most dramatic one is truly how you feel about yourself. And that's why I went into dermatology. I never liked convincing people that they had a problem. And so because they could see their problem, they're already more motivated to help themselves. But to be able to see somebody's confidence be restored after we've helped them go through whatever it is they're going through, there's no feeling that compares.
Well, it's true. Most of us don't go to the dermatologist unless we hate something about the way we look or if there's something on our skin that's scaring us. And this is going to sound really dumb to admit, but when I listen to what you're already saying, I realize that I've been so focused on the outside and what I'm putting on my skin that I haven't really considered all of the things that you're also going to talk about that are part of your lifestyle that go from the inside out.
1,000%.
Wow. Why is skin health so important for overall health? And what does the state of your skin reveal about what's going on inside your body?
Your skin is your largest organ. And it is one of the few places, right, where internal health shows up visibly on the outer surface of your skin. So that is one thing that isn't often taken into consideration. But your skin is a visible feedback system that is showing you what is going on the inside, but also not just internally from a physiologic standpoint, but also on the inside up here, mentally, emotionally, from a stress perspective.
Huh.
And that is the first visual trigger that you have when you look at yourself. So I think one thing that is often so overlooked when it comes to skin health is that mental and emotional impact that comes with it. And that is something that shouldn't be overlooked. And skin is not just vanity. It's not just cosmetic. It's not just superficial. It's really a whole person issue. And I think once you start to shift that perspective, you realize, holy cow, this is my biggest organ. And yet I put it through the ringer and I don't even care for it. So it's really something that I find fascinating because it's so visible. And yet it's an afterthought for so many.
Let's say the person listening or watching here on YouTube is in a phase of their life where they're going through all kinds of hormonal changes, and you hear that your skin is a reflection of what's going on in the inside. How do you want the person listening who feels now all of a sudden like, oh my God, the fact that
Out of
my
control.
skin is in welts and it's acne all over the place and I hate how I look, or my skin is sagging, or I sat out for decades in the sun and now I'm screwed. How do you want the person listening who's now starting to collapse a little to listen to what you have to say about what's possible if you feel like your skin is reflecting like not good health on the inside? You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's so I would want you to know if you feel like your skin is taking control of your life and it is out of control, you are still in control. And it's a matter of first taking a step back and calming your skin down and really trying to first focus on calming everything down before focusing on treating the issue. And once we have that step in place, and we will talk about it more today, you will gain control over your skin and you will see that the possibilities are really endless. And it's never too late to start, whether you are 20, 30, 40. I mean, I have patients, my oldest patient is 88 and she still cares. And that's what I love about her. That shows her will to keep going.
Hmm.
And people, I think, our society, they describe very negatively cosmetic work or vanity. And it's usually talked about under a negative light. But the truth is, being vain to a healthy and certain extent is just a reflection that you still care. If we didn't care, I'd almost be more worried. Like, are we really at the bottom of our struggles here? And so you have to understand that it's not just vanity. It's a reflection of you caring that you still want to show up. It doesn't matter when you're starting. You can always start to take control and help yourself.
As a world-renowned dermatologist, what is healthy vanity and what is unhealthy vanity when it comes to how you look?
That is a great question. And I don't think it has ever been truly defined. So I'm going to give you my subjective perspective. Unhealthy vanity, let's start with a negative, is when it is constantly consuming your mental thoughts, almost like an addiction, where no matter what you do or no matter what you try for yourself, you're constantly speaking about it in a negative way and it's not good enough. And so you are chasing a never ending nothingness because it's just not something that's achievable, right? Whereas a healthy dose of vanity is like caring enough to show up and wear an iron shirt instead of a wrinkled shirt. Caring enough to brush your hair, caring enough to show up in a way where it's still a positive reflection of who you are, but it's not consuming who you are. Your confidence is not dependent on how you look, but it's the cherry on top and it allows you to feel more confident. And so that, I think, is the difference between unhealthy vanity and healthy vanity.
What I kept thinking about as I was listening to the way that you were talking about self-criticism and never being enough is that there's also that relationship between unhealthy being the constant pursuit of hoping other people think you look a certain way versus the ability to look in the mirror and care about how you feel about yourself.
I mean, newsflash, you've always looked like you. So if you're always pursuing other people's approval of how you look, you're pursuing something that doesn't exist. And I've been in practice for over 10 years. I see nearly 100 patients a week. And more often than not, it's a much deeper rooted issue that you're trying to get to. And that's where it's such a vulnerable state where you have to find someone that you trust, who's not going to feed off these insecurities or vulnerabilities or take advantage of. And I've seen it through every angle. And cosmetics is not just skin deep, it's deeper.